Hey guys, I haven't made a video in a really long time. I'm almost 100 days smoke free, and I just wanted to share that with you, and also something that I'm going to be working on the next few weeks. And I want to start out with just telling a story about my life and kind of the beginning of my anxiety. So for a while at work, I had a lot of stomach problems. I took tablets of Pepto-Bismol every day, lots of times a day, more frequently at work. I was stuck in the bathroom. I was feeling sick and nauseous, and like everything was blurry around me. I couldn't concentrate. Everything was just like a breath, and I couldn't get it. I couldn't get that breath. And then one day I'm at work, and this time I worked at a retail place, and I couldn't breathe. I thought that I was having a heart attack. I could feel the pain going up and down my left arm. I couldn't do it. I was on the floor in the back room of the retail place, and I was not about to handle life. So I call my mom. She's a nurse, and she comes and she texts me out and helps me get to breathing. And I discovered, after going through some counseling, I took a leave off of work, that I have an anxiety disorder. So I think I took about 3 months off altogether of work. I sat in my house. I took lots of anti-anxiety medications. I was just trying out different things. I was talking on the phone. I was smoking a lot. I was just kind of watching movies. This was like during the spring, summertime, so it was warm. So I just kind of stayed at home, which I now formally very much so regret, because I wish I would have known then what I know now about anxiety and about how staying in a comfort zone isn't actually the safest way to go. So now, let's see, where are we? I think I'm about 3 years later. I've come a long way, but I still find myself, when an opportunity arises, my first thoughts are that I'm worried. I'm in college now, and the fears just keep on growing on me. They keep on getting bigger and worse, and I think it's because I am letting them. I think I'm feeding them instead of fighting them. So I'm going to be starting a project called The Fear Project, and basically I'm going to write a list of my fears down, and I'm going to find a hobby that correlates with that fear. So for instance, let's say you're afraid of heights. Maybe start out small, go rock climbing, or maybe just hiking in general. If you're just whatever is your maybe not like a afraid of heights fear, you could do that too as well, but something that you're really I am just terrified of doing something, and you can decipher, what's your worst fear ever and what's your best fear. I've noticed that my anxiety's been really bad lately. I had 2 pretty major panic attacks today. One of them in which I was sitting at the college in the pavement in the middle of the walkway, just crying and talking to my mom. And those are my neighbors. And Then the second one, I was eating lunch with a friend and I just kind of lost it. So my plan is to write down my fears in like the list of like most fearful to least fearful. I'm gonna start reading books, listening to TED Talks, writing down what really matters to me, and making time more for myself, whether it be in counseling, the gym, group therapy, something, because I feel like there comes a point in everybody's life where you realize that you can't keep on going on the way that you are, and so you either need to the dog. You either need to stay where you are like a stone and just kind of hide in this bubble of comfort, or you need to make a change. And I've decided today that I really need to make a change. I really need to find myself again and work on myself and work on my goals and start facing these fears, because as soon as you let a little fear get you, like a big one of mine is elevators. I would probably this is me because I have cleithrophobia, and if you don't know what that is, look it up. I would probably say dying and getting on an elevator on the same spectrum right now. I really do not like elevators. And that started out with something small, like I got trapped in a bathroom when I was using it. Some guys it was slammed somehow in the circumstances, and I got stuck in there with my daughter, and it scared me. And so I let that fear grow and grow and grow and grow, and now I have a hard time even using public restrooms. I have a hard time getting into the car sometimes. So every fear is manageable. It's just whether we're gonna let it grow or whether we're just gonna kind of fight it. And I also think that means rolling with the punches. So that is what's happening with me. Caught me on a good-ish moment. I'm gonna spend the rest of the day just self-loving myself, reading some books, taking care of my daughter, and enjoying this beautiful sunshine, because life is too short to worry. Have a good day, guys.